I had like 20 properties all in my personal name. Even though my credit was good at the time, I had all them properties in my name. And I realized that you got to have properties in your in a business name. And I would say unless you're doing like a building or something that's going to generate revenue, I would say put each property in a different LLC each and every time. That way, if something goes wrong with one, it doesn't affect all at the same time. So that was a huge lesson I learned. All of a sudden you're trying to borrow money, but your debt to income ratio upside down because you got all this personal stuff on your personal credit, and that weighs your score down. So that was a huge mistake, and I didn't have anybody to necessarily tell me that until after the fact. And then so that was one of my biggest mistakes. And I would tell anybody, you want to start investing, get your business set up, get it set up correctly, and make sure you're efficient in your bookkeeping and record keeping and for tax purposes as well.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Pro Show. I'm your host, Erika, and today I'm thrilled to be joined by Michael Daniels, who's been crushing it in the real estate space. Michael, it's awesome to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So let's dive on in. Michael, for those who aren't familiar with your world, give us the rundown. How did you get started in real estate? And also explain what else you're doing in real estate besides being an agent.
Okay, I got started in real estate about 23 years ago in Indiana. I bought my first house, and then at that point, um, I used to buy those carton sheets, CDs, and books, and so I would read those. And then I started watching, and he started, having all these programs about how to buy a property, no money down for an investment. And after I started learning that, that's what I started doing, going to homeowners, going to different institutional investors, and, creating deals with no money down. That was a big thing about 23 years ago. So that's how I got started as an investor. And then I eventually evolved into being a real estate agent, which I was for about 20 years. And then I finally became my own real estate broker, Georgia Homes for Sale here in the state of Georgia. So I'm my own broker now. I'm still an agent, but I am a broker and have my own firm at this point. And I'm also a loan officer with a federally chartered bank called Texana Bank. And we lend in all 50 states.
That's exciting. Michael, was there a moment in your career that you knew this was the path that you were going to take, that you were like, this is it?
Yes, it was. Early on, I just loved making deals. And I was kind of like a big Donald Trump fan at the time too, reading The Art of the Deal and things like that. So I just love deal making, bringing certain things to life. I just love making deals and making things happen. I love the excitement of writing a contract up, to going to closing, to taking a loan application. I still get so happy when somebody fills out a loan application. It just makes me so excited. and to pull their credit and to go through the whole process is just something that's just amazing. So
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
it's just a feeling that I have and I've enjoyed for the last 20 plus years. And I still love it to this very day.
Excellent. Is there a deal in particular that you're proud of that you can share with us?
Yes, it is. Toward the end of it's over 20 years ago, but I was able to buy a commercial property, and it used to be an old bank, believe it or not. It was an old bank building. It was called the Howell Bank back in the early days. It was at 3000 Broadway Avenue in Evansville, Indiana, and I was able to buy a building that was a bank, and it still had the safe in there, it still had safety deposit boxes, and so that was probably the biggest, most exciting deal I've ever had.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Wh- when it comes to real estate, what markets are you serving, and where do you know to focus your efforts?
Well, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna answer that backwards. I kind of focus my effort whatever coming in. Like nowadays, you kind of take whatever deal is coming in, whether it be a loan that you're doing for someone, selling someone a house, or doing a construction deal. So whichever comes in, that's the one I'm more focused on at that particular time and place. So, and I serve the entire state of Georgia as a loan officer, and excuse me, as a contractor and as a real estate realtor and broker, but I can do loans in all 50 states. So those are the areas. So the state of Georgia for construction and real estate brokerage, and the entire nation for loans. So if you any kind of loan anywhere in America, I can do it for you.
Excellent. Man, Michael, that's a lot of plates to keep spinning. What's been key to managing that workload?
Just long days, 6 a.m., 6:30, all the way until the phone stop ringing. So every day of the week. So there's no necessarily an off day. You call me, you got a question, I'm gonna try to answer it. You want to try to make a deal happen if I can go see a project. But one of the good things is I've been able to do a lot of things virtually lately. So if a client got a question or I need to give a quote, I can do it virtually versus having to go physically. So that has helped quite a bit. So the pandemic shifted to where being online has been very, very helpful.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Do you have teams or systems that help you manage this too?
Well, yes, I have a great support team. My manager and our processor doing loans. I mean, they're fantastic. Anytime something comes up, if I got any problems or get bogged down, they're right there to help. And as far as showing houses and being a real estate broker, I take care of that. And then I have a cousin of mine. Anytime I need anything on the construction side, he's always there to give insight or instruction or to make sure the project goes smoothly. So that's been very, very helpful having that kind of support.
Yeah. You know, Michael, every real estate expert has had a moment where things got real. Maybe a project went off the rails or a client threw a curveball. Can you
Yeah.
share one of those moments and how you handled it?
How many you want to hear about? That's the question. That's a common occurrence. But I give you a mortgage example. We are the This goes back a few years, right before the market crashed, and so this was the thing. The lender ended up giving me a call and saying, "Hey, Michael, I was working as a real estate, excuse me, as a loan officer at a real estate brokerage at the time, a mortgage brokerage rather." And so he called me up and said, hey, we're about to go out of business.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
But we're trying to fund as many loans as we can before we go out of business. So in Atlanta Metro is huge. So I had the client on one side of town, his daughter on the other side of town, and they had to weave through traffic to make it to the attorney's office before 5 p.m. before the other company went out of business and still able to fund the loan. And they got there right at about 4:50, and they start signing the papers, and the lender was able to go ahead and fund it, but we actually sent the paperwork over a little bit later. By the time they got done doing all the signing, so that was a unique situation with a lot of pressure because she was planning on moving, but she had no idea that the lender we was using was about to go out of business during the big market crash back in 2007 and 8. It was wild. Yes,
That is wild.
yes,
What
very wild.
what's one lesson from that experience that you still carry with you today?
Logistics. Never schedule a closing, a real estate closing late in the day. Do it as early as you can in the daytime to make sure if something goes wrong, you got enough time to adapt because anything can happen, a flat tire or a traffic or anything. So schedule it early. That way, if something goes wrong, you're not at the end of the day and have to take it into another day. Yeah, yeah. So logistics matter. Logistics matter a lot.
Yeah, with those logistics too, you gotta have that in mind if you're looking to scale. Michael, what do you see on the horizon? What's your next big move?
My next big move is going to be trying to do more loans in more states. Obviously, we can do lending in all 50 states, but I want to make my presence known that, hey, if you're in Texas, if you're in Oklahoma, you're in Maine, Oregon, Wyoming, wherever, you can give me a call right here in Georgia. We can get on a video call just like we're doing right now, and I can still walk you through the process. So it doesn't matter where you at in this country, I can do the loan for you. So that's what I want to do going forward.
Awesome. And earlier we were talking, you do a lot of loans for investors. What kind of advice would you have to a new investor that you're working with?
Okay. About maybe have your paperwork ready. Before you want to make an offer, make sure that you have your company set up, make sure you have your tax ID set up, make sure you have your operating agreement, make sure you have a real down payment. Because there and have some cushion in between because you never know what conditions the lender may come back with. So, for example, if they're telling you you're going to need $40,000 at closing as your down payment, make sure you liquidate at least 60,000 just in case for other expenses or if they want to make you escrow some things. But at the same time, don't do a deal that's going to have you to where you don't have any more capital either. So you want to manage your expectations. You don't want to try to hit a home run unless you know you got the wherewithal and the capital to do so. And make sure you call somebody like me first to go over the process with you instead of, taking the word of someone who's never done it.
Yeah. Yeah. How would you say what do you bring to the table that is unique when you work with an investor?
Um, an exit strategy. Not only can I help you get the loan, I can actually be the contractor for you on the loan. I can help you through the entire process. We can use my resources, my vendors. In addition to that, me being a loan officer, I can make sure I start pre-qualifying buyers for that property even before it's done. And then me being a broker, I can make sure that I can put the property up for sale and market it to a wide range of people. So I bring all those unique aspects to the table. Being a
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
a contractor, a broker, and a loan officer, that puts me in a very, very unique situation.
Yeah, absolutely. When we were talking in the beginning, you said that when you started in this industry, that your focus was investing. Were there any lessons in there that you think of with all the work you do today?
Yes. How long you got? But I give you I'll give you
We
the
got
short
time.
version. I'll give you the short version. Any investor, I made a mistake because I wasn't aware of it at the particular time and place. I started putting properties in my personal name. I had like 20 properties all in my personal name. Even though my credit was good at the time, I had all them properties in my name. And I realized that you got to have properties in a business name. And I would say unless you're doing like a building or something that's going to generate revenue, I would say put each property in a different LLC each and every time. That way, if something goes wrong with one, it doesn't affect all at the same time. So that was a huge lesson I learned. All of a sudden you're trying to borrow money, but your debt to income ratio upside down because you got all this personal stuff on your personal credit, and that weighs your score down. So that was a huge mistake, and I didn't have anybody to necessarily tell me that until after the fact. And then that was one of my biggest mistakes. And I would tell anybody, you want to start investing, get your business set up, get it set up correctly, and make sure you're efficient in your bookkeeping and record keeping and for tax purposes as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Michael, as I'm sure you're already very familiar with, networking and building relationships in this industry is so important. What's one piece of advice you would give to someone looking to build their network?
Um, have a diverse fear. And what I mean by that is you may want to have 2 or 3 contractors you work with, 2 or 3 loan officers you work with, 1 or 2 real estate brokers you work with, and make sure that you understand pricing. And that everything is not always going to be the same pricing across the board. So not only dealing with individuals, but different sources in order to get different things. So if you want to go to, let's say, a place that sells a hardy board or vinyl siding or anything like that, diversify that too. Make sure you have more than one source, just in case one is not available. You still got somewhere else to go. So your networking matters among individuals, but it also matters among different businesses as well. You want to build a networking with individuals, but a network of businesses that you deal with. So it's kind of, it goes hand in hand. And
Yeah.
don't be like me and be shy and and start being a recluse. It's good to get out and meet different people that does the same thing. And one thing I have learned is you never ever want to be in the room where you the smartest person in the room. You in the wrong room at that point. You want to make sure you can learn something from the people in the room with you.
Yeah. Was there a particular relationship or a networking group that was a game changer for you?
Yes, there was a gentleman that I first met when I got into investing, and I had I went to him and just told him, hey, I see your name everywhere, and can I learn real estate from you? And he took me on this wing and started showing me different things, showing me how to structure deals, showing me which banks to go to get these which particular loan. how to do owner financing at the time, to structure deals. So yeah, he gave me a huge advantage just getting into it.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
look where you are today.
Yeah, and I was a complete stranger. So yeah, yeah. And I tell people there's never a a question that shouldn't be asked, because maybe even if I don't know the answer, that's actually a good thing. So that way I can learn something too in the process.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Michael, before we wrap up, if someone listening wants to connect with you, collaborate, learn more about what you're doing, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Reach me by phone. I'd rather call me. You want me to get my number out, or you gonna do it? Okay. Yeah, call me. My number's 404-503-7148, 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to usually around midnight to 1 a.m. every single day. So I'm always available. It's as simple as pick up the phone. If you want to text ahead of time and say you're going to call me, that's fine. But, it's a phone call is still the way to get the most direct information.
Awesome. Michael, thanks for being on the day, sharing your story and insights.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
For everyone tuning in, if you got value from this conversation, make sure that you're subscribed to the Real Estate Pro Show. We've got more episodes coming up with operators like Michael who are building impressive businesses in the real estate world. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.